So, hello, people. My name is Sick for Gaming, and it's been a very, very, very long time since I've done a commentary or slash speaking video. I think last one was like probably Marvel Spiderman or either the Polish game videos or something like that. Which honestly, that's been like a while, and I mean a while ago. So recently, I think you've gotten the Minecraft Story Mode playthrough of Season 1, Season 2 because I'm planning a big video for Minecraft Story Mode because it's one of my favourite games, and another one for Transformers. I've been basically MIA because I was like burnt out on YouTube and stuff. I do have the passion, but it's like making all these content and stuff. Enough with the line, but like I actually want to do a sort of interesting video because I watch a lot of YouTube. I consume a lot of YouTube. And, I want to put out a question: what about remakes and remasters? Popular remakes, popular remasters, and in between. So basically, yeah. I just want to discuss this random topic because I'm actually very curious of I've got very strong opinions about this, and yeah, let's begin. What is the point of a remaster? Remake makes people oh, what's the point? Play on original hardware. That's the point. Original hardware is very hard to come by. So a game from the N64 era to the original PlayStation, it might be a bit outdated. In that sense, obviously emulation is a thing. You can emulate those games, but basically it's somewhat legal in some countries. It's also the point if the publisher or the company agrees with emulation or not, which acts as a form of preservation. But it's very hard. You're not going to get a PS1 to play the original Resident Evil. To be fair, you're not going to do that. Either you're going to try to find a emulation software for Resident Evil, or you're basically just going to buy it, because I think GOG has the original 3 Resident Evil games on PC, so you can play like that. And also, the original version of the game might be not the best way to play it because of the limitations of what the game was able to do. So it's kind of weird how it's made. So obviously, that's why you would remaster it or remake it, because it might improve the game experience and make it a better game. The terms for remakes is basically remaking the original game from the ground up with a different storyline to the original, but resembling the original storyline, and just basically modernizing it for basically normal people, like consumers and casual audiences. That's why remasters, remakes are basically upscaling the graphical fidelity of the game and tweaking a bit of gameplay stuff so it makes it more easy to play, and basically repackaged to modern systems. So Last of Us Part 1 remastered, and Batman Arkham Return to Arkham, which is remasters of Arkham City and Arkham Asylum. So yeah, those two. And there's just a bunch of remasters, so obviously there's a lot. If you Google it, though, there's a lot. So basically just upscaling the graphics to a modern system, basically, with tweaks to the gameplay. And a remix is just a full-blown reimagining of the original game, but in with updated graphics, visuals. Obviously, you can remake it in the old style, but you can just upgrade it with newer technologies. Why do companies remaster or remake? That's actually a very hard question to say, because either for money, because anything that has any fan base will just buy it in droves. That is the science of psychology. That is literally, if I like thing, then the thing I want, what I would enjoy, I will pay money to consume it. That's basically the gist of it. So basically, remasters are basically just for example, on the PS3, if you made a game on the PS3, you'd rather just remaster it on the PS4, because the PS3 was dog shit, so dog shit with compatibility of making games on it. So we're just rather let's just place this PS3 game up to PS4. Some games just didn't make the cut. Some games are stuck on PS3, like Metal Gear Solid 4. That's stuck on PS3. Possibly, we'll see, because there are rumors about that. And a remake is hard to say. Why would you remake a game? It's down to what the company's feeling at the time. For example, Capcom just remaking the original Resident Evil games in order or in a way that people want them to. Because it started with the original one, and it started with 2 around the later half of the 2010s and up to now, which have 4 remakes which is insane. So, yeah. Speaking of Capcom, so Capcom has been very adamant of remaking a lot of their games. So, if they remade Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, which is debatable if it's even remade, is kind of iffy. 4 remake, which everyone loves, and also Dead Rising remake, or deluxe remaster. It's hard to say if it's a remake or a remaster, but I think the consensus is it's technically a remaster because the story is the same, the gameplay is roughly the same, but in the Ori engine, but just graphically looks very, very different. That's why it's called deluxe remaster, because it looks nothing like the original game, but it plays the exact same, the story is the exact same, but just tweaked a bit so it makes it more approachable. That's why the 7 Day Survivor is easier to do in the remaster than it is to the original, because it's like, I think like 3 hours to do 7 Day Survivor, where it took like 14 hours. So they reduced it by literally like 7 decreased by 7%, or decreased it by 7 sometimes. So Capcom's very good at making remakes. They all get praise and they take their time, because apart from Ori 3 remake, which was rushed, all the remakes took the time and they nicely developed and fleshed out, while other companies like Sony, which are kind of weird because every single time we just hear like X game remastered, Horizon Forbidden West remastered, Spiderman remastered. Like every game that Sony's back catalogue is getting remastered. Apparently Days Gone was rumoured to be remastered, which, then probably God of War remastered. Like, there's no point in remastering a game for a new gen system, which is the PS5. If you have a PS4 game, there's no point in remastering it, because graphically, it looks exactly the same, apart from there's no RTX. That's really the difference. There's no ray tracing in the PS4 games, because there wasn't really a thing until the PS5, so it doesn't make sense, really. Why would you remaster a game from the PS4 generation up to the PS5 generation? Horizon did a bit different, because they had new mocap and stuff, which kind of adds a bit of value, but also doesn't, because who really cares about mocap? Graphically, it looks kind of the same, but also different, because they mess around with all some of the graphics. It's kind of weird as Sony's approach to remastering games from the PS4 generation. I understand it from the PS3 and PS2 or PS1 era of remastering these games, because that makes sense. So the classics like Sly Cooper on the PS1 or Tomb Raider, or some of these third-party games who were on older gen systems are playable on the PS5, which is actually more good. But also, they're just basically emulate, so you can't actually put a disc in like Xbox and play it. So it's hard to say with the deal with Sony and like the remakes, like Until Dawn remake. I don't know why they remade it, and obviously the reviews are not very great, because like the PS5 is fine, but very very bad optimization. Same for PC as well. Optimization was very bad. Obviously, it kind of is a remake. Like, it's close to original, but like the endings are different. So technically, it is a remake, but also not, because it's just a remaster with updated mocap and stuff. So it's hard to say what the purpose of it is. I appreciate people remastering and remaking things, because it's actually preserving the game for a new generation. So like, I'm roughly around in my early adulthood. I'm 18, so some of these games that I play are old games. So like, I wish people could play these games I'm playing right now, or as a child I play. Like, I wish, for example, the Activision Spider-Man games and the Activision Transformers games, you cannot buy them anywhere, and you can't play them anywhere. So it's very disheartening that like all of their Spider-Man games are either on the 360 or below. There's only one Spider-Man game on the Xbox One, which is Amazing Spider-Man 2. And there's only like a couple of games on the Xbox One for the Transformers, like Devastation and Resident Evil, and the new ones that Activision did not make. So all of the other ones are stuck on the 360 physically, and it's like kind of shame. You can play Fall Cybertron on modern systems, but you have to buy it before it got delisted. So technically, it doesn't really make sense why it's on the store. So there were rumours that they are planning on remastering the Cybertron games. I think War specifically, and 4, which could open it up again for purchase. That does make sense. So it's like hard to say what the Transformer situation is, Spider-Man situation as well. It's like these prices are just sky high for no reason. Like, I wish there were remasters on modern systems because like it would be cool to play like these games on modern systems. Apart from like the select few that got modern physical releases, which is a damn shame. I would not rather like I don't want them to remake like the Activision Spider-Man games or the Transformer Activision games because there's no point. Like 3 of them are tie-in games and the rest of them are just like actual good games that are just with their own story and stuff. So I want not like to remake them, but rather to have like remasters because like graphically they actually look good. So the Transformers games, but graphically don't really need a remaster, but it would be nice to have one. And Activision Spider-Man games, some of them do need like a graphical bump because they're on like PS2 and Xbox, the original Xbox, and also 360 and above. So technically, they need a bit of a graphical update, but that's really it. So I mentioned the remix one that Activision games all technically just reports, basically the ports on just modern systems, which technically remasters are, but also they're not the same game. A port is basically you're porting the original game just on modern systems, so that sort of makes sense. So I just rather just want them just to port the originals, which Activision and Xbox are kind of trying to do. There were rumors for like months saying like, oh, there's an entire Transformers project called Transformers due to release this year. So, oh, that's interesting. Like, are they going to come back? Are we not sure? Who knows? But it's just kind of weird how like remakes and remasters have just been. Like some of them are good, some of them are bad. Hello Master Chief Collection was absolute doo-doo. That's why I've heard that it's just not great because it's just things that exist but also don't exist. It's just kind of strange. So remakes and remasters, some are good, some are bad, but I just want ports of these original games that I want from my childhood, or like games that I can't get. And so one point, which is lollipopchainsawrepop. I'm so happy that game got a remaster because that game was stuck on Xbox 360 and PS3. There was no PC version of it, so like you have to emulate it, which is a pain, and also you have to buy the physical, which skyrocketed in price. I got it before it went up in price on the 360, but it's so difficult. So I'm so happy that Lollipop Chainsaw got a remaster because it sort of needed it because it's stuck on like 2 generations of hardware behind, and like it really needed it because it's actually a fun game and it's like not, and it's so underrated because it's such a good game, but like it just got stuck in like a hell. So hopefully, the Metal Gear Solid 4 will get out of the PS3 prison as well. So yeah, that's my thoughts on remakes and remasters. So share your games that you want remade or remastered. Obviously. I like Legacy on the cover, but Legacy on the cover, the original, and also the remaster, because my favorite game is technically a remaster. So, share your opinions about what remasters you want or what remakes you want. Obviously, this is just a chill and discussion video. This is not like pulling up receipts like, oh, Sony's doing this, Sony's doing that, or like Xbox is playing this, Xbox is playing that. Xbox is not really planning on doing remakes apart from the Perfect Dark remake, which is coming out, I don't know, indefinitely. But they're just like experimenting with different like of the IPs, like actually making new games instead of just remaking old games like Sony is. So they've got a leg up on that. So yeah, share your thoughts and opinions about remakes, remasters, the good ones, the bad ones, and what games you actually want ported to modern systems or remastered, or some games that sort of deserve a remake because of the game and it's not very good. So. Obviously, I want the Transformers games. Like the tie-in games should not be remade because technically they're just tie-in games. So I'll just have remasters of them. Same for the Cybertron games. Again, remasters because the stories are perfect. For some of the Spider-Man games, I do want like to be different. Again, it's just down to preference. So like, share your opinions down in the comments below on what your favorite remake or remaster is, or what games you want remade or remastered. And we could say obviously Arkham Origins definitely needs a remaster. It's stuck on the same systems, but you can play on PC, so it's not very big of a deal. But like for modern people, you have to play the 360 version, or play it on the Xbox One through backwards compatibility, which is actually a good thing. So yeah, share your thoughts and opinions down below because I'm curious to see what games you want remade or remastered, or what your opinions on remakes and remasters. They're slowly becoming tiresome because of Sony's push for them for the remasters, which don't really need it because it's 60k, 4K 60 frames per second, which I don't really care for because gamers only care about performance, not really graphic intensity. That's why the PS5 Pro is sort of a scam for better terms. And what ports as well? What ports do you want from the older generations to be on one system? So, hope you guys enjoyed this talk on just random topics about remakes and remasters. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and see you next one.